else is new. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure that I have this chat properly set up, because I remember last time. How do I do this? Every single time I forget how to freaking change the way the chat works. But anyways, I'm tired. I am so tired. I almost, well, I'm not, let me wait, but I'm so freaking tired. Ooh. And then, oh, okay, my dog over there, I have to make sure he good. But yeah, I'm hot. I need to find. I should have did my hair, because I really should have took this wig off. It's so freaking hot, man, and I am so behind. I was supposed to be on here at 8:30. Yeah, 8:30, and then I got a little bit delayed. But that's how it goes, you know what I'm saying? Hello, one person in chat. I don't know who it is, but hello. Because, you know. But I hope y'all doing better than me. Because I'm so freaking tired. Today been a day. I'ma probably, well, I started vlogging earlier today. The way my wig would have been off. Listen, if my hair was done, it would be off. But it's not. And I would put a hat on, but I'ma just be even hotter. And I need to get me some more wigs. I really do, because this one tired. I feel like I've been wearing this one for like 6 months at this point, and I need to just let it go. But how you doing, girl? I do got topics. I'm just so disheveled today. Today is not it. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to thank you. I appreciate you. Cause that was somebody weird. Hello, Josh, how are you? But Oreo, please. You're a baddie. I mean, thank you, I guess. You know, it's so weird whenever someone says the term baddie, because I'm like, I'm kind of older now, so I don't see it the same way. Oh, that's good. I'm all right. You know, a little disheveled. Hello, Steve. Truth is now considered weird. Okay. Hey, William. But yeah. Girl, I really appreciate you, because it's, I don't know what's happening right now, but it's a variety of weirdos. Please. Thank you, Manuel. I appreciate you. Girl, I don't know what's going on. I really do not. Looks like I'll be using my blocking finger tonight. Listen, I don't know what energy people be on, man. But yeah. You want to come be a part of the live? Well, come here. Come on. Come on. I guess I'll let y'all see my dog. I guess. If he want to talk. Ooh. Say hi to the people. I appreciate you. Me either. We gonna stop it before it starts, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm married. And I have a dachshund. Wave to the people, babe. Oh, well. He just happy to be here. Okay, listen, we don't do that. We don't do the licking of the face, all right? Don't do too much. Don't show off just because you in front of the camera. You know, I really wanted to thank you, Manuel. I appreciate you. You know, I really wanted to get my okay, not too much on my child. You gonna have to go. Because nobody talking about my child. Too much. Hello, Bella. How are you? Because my child is cute. He is not ugly. Yeah, they being real trifling. I don't know what's going on. Like, it's being really weird. He a little sleepy. My babe. Yeah, kids are cute. Yeah, he's adorable. Bro, come on, bro. They need to have a feature where you can just ban IP addresses. Like, please, just block the IP address because somebody being real weird. Yeah, look at them. Judge them. Judge them. Cute boy. Yeah, I don't know what the issue is. I really don't. It's no food on the table, so you can stop looking. But anyways, right. They do need to get a real black button for sure. Like, what is the issue? Thank you, Mia. Or Miat. Because I'm not exactly sure. Bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna get on my laptop and ban some words. Like, that's what it's really giving. I'm actually surprised you sitting up here being good and you not doing too much, because normally he would get to move in. He says thank you. But yeah, I do have topics today. I'm surprised he's being quiet because normally he would not be. Usually he'll start doing stuff and moving around. You're not about to be a part of this live this whole time. I'm gonna tell you that because you hot. You ready to get down? You ready? You want to get down? Oh. I absolutely love when he turns his little head up. Like, he's so funny. But anyways, yeah, I'm about to ban some words real quick. Y'all about to come with me while I just ban some words because this is a little too ridiculous for me. Right, he was a guest for a quick little moment. Let me just turn on my laptop and ban some words real quick. But how you doing, girl? Or whoever in this chat, I guess. How y'all doing? While I ban. It's a shame I have to ban. Yeah, I'ma just go ahead. That's good. Let me go to the settings real quick, cause people doing a bit too much for me. Hello, Joe. Need to stop eating this pasta. Pasta good. Went to fellowship with the lady from church today. That's nice. I show the food in the tomorrow vlog. Okay, I'm gonna be watching because you know I like to look at some food. Let me see. Kind of had to pull you because I'm getting tired of vlogging every day. I feel it because vlogging every day is not for the weak at all. I know when I saw you posting back to back, I'm like, I don't know how you do it, girl. I really do not. Because could not be me. And I don't even be doing nothing. I literally just be sitting in one room with my bonnet on. Chatting. Y'all don't really see anything else. I mean, eventually, I guess I will do like more in-depth vlogs, I guess. But I don't know. I don't really be doing much. And then when I do stuff, I forget to vlog, to be honest. Right, I'll stick to doing it for Vlogmas. Next year, might try something different. Yeah. I don't know how you do it for Vlogmas either because I think, yeah, I did Vlogmas last year and I did not, well, I posted my results of what happened, but people didn't really watch my Vlogmas, like my Christmas content, but they watched the other content. So, yeah. I don't know, but I do want to do I do want to make some gingerbread cookies, and I do want to do one of those little, what is it called? Those Christmas houses, those gingerbread houses. I do want to do that this year, because every year I say I'm going to do it, and then I don't do it. But a Vlogmas is more fun. I bet it is, because, I don't know, you know, I think it's the concept of, like, the whole holiday spirit, because you got the lights, all the decorations, all the gifts and the Santa Claus, and I don't know, everything just so themed. Yeah, the gingerbread house. Actually, gingerbread cookies sound so good right now. I literally went to the store and I was gonna get some ice cream and some cookies, but I stopped myself. And now I wish I would have went with my first mind and just went ahead and got them. I really wish I would have. But yeah. Okay, we not gonna be doing all that now. Settle down. Thank you, Hands Six Toe. But anyways, I don't know what it is about when I go live up here. He will stay on this hardwood floor just tapping, making noise. Like, I see you. Anyways, but how are y'all doing? Let me know in the chat how y'all day was going. I do have unpopular opinions. I do have topics that you guys can chime in on and let me know what your thoughts are about the topics that I asked. But feel free to let me know how you guys are doing in the chat. What did I do today? Godzilla X Kong Supernova. I don't know anything about Godzilla. So appreciate you. Listen, I'm not about to pick you up and because I already know you acting like you gonna be good on this camera, and I know you gonna start doing stuff and you gonna embarrass me. Yeah, I know you're gonna embarrass me because you've done it before. I mean, do what you think is best, girl. Because I did not have a response to that. I really don't. Sometimes I just do not be knowing what to say. Thank you, Gabriel. I appreciate you. Oreo. Hey. Anyways. But all right. So I'm about to get into the topic since it's been 16 minutes now. Okay. So, unpopular opinion. First one. Do you think making the bed is pointless to do every morning? Because somebody said making the bed every morning is pointless. Do you think it actually is or not? Let me know in the comments. Because I know for me, my answer is completely different now that I'm an adult. Oreo, get out from under the table. You literally just ate. I swear, he really act like I don't be feeding him. It really just gets me. Anyways, do y'all think making the bed every morning is pointless or not? You could sit down if you want. It's not when you and I going to return to it. Listen, I'm spoken for. I'm married, so let's stick to the topic at hand. Is making the bed every morning pointless? You're fine. I'm just saying, let's focus on the topic, okay? Please, Kevin. I appreciate it. Let me know what y'all thoughts are in the comments. Okay, so sometimes I do stutter. So I think that making the bed is not pointless only because I'm older now. When I was a kid, I did not understand it. I did not like the concept of doing it. I was like, girl, what's the point of me doing this when I'm gonna just hop back in the bed anyways? But now that I'm older, it is so different when you get off work and when you tired and you come home and then you hop in your bed and the sheets are made. You don't have to worry about fixing the sheets. It's neat. And you can just slide your body in without being no problems. It just feels so much more comfortable. And I love that for me. And I never thought I would be a person that was really into making my bed, but I started doing it this year, to be honest. And I know y'all probably like, girl, it took you this long. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It really took me this long to actually get into the habit of doing it. And after I actually started regularly doing it, it kind of makes my going to bed experience much better. And I know some people may be looking like, is it really that serious? I'm not going to hold you. when you come into your bedroom and you see the sheets laid about hotel style, where it's real neat, clean tuck, okay? And then you go and you pull the cover off, that one flap, slide your body in. When I tell you, pure bliss, okay? It's just exquisite. Absolutely love to see it, love the experience, because when I tell you, before, when I would just, get into the bed with the covers all jumbled, first of all, I gotta fix the bed. So now I'm tired and I have to fix the bed. So the experience is not as comfortable. It's not as calming. It's more, oh, this is something else I have to do. Another chore, if you will. But yeah, that's just my thoughts about it. Anyways, so the next unpopular opinion is living in a mansion. Your thoughts on living in a mansion. Do you think it would be terrible? Because one person said living in a mansion, they feel like it would be terrible. And they proceeded to explain that when it comes to living in a mansion, you have the cleaning you have to do. You have to clean the entire mansion, vacuum, mopping, dusting, rearranging, organizing. You have to do all of that. Then it's also the factor of, from my perspective, it's the fact that you have all this space and you don't know if somebody in there with you. Because that would be my thing. I would be too concerned about, let's say you got a squatter. You won't know unless you're checking all these rooms every night. Because that would be something that I would be very concerned about. And then also, you got to worry about your heating bill, your electricity. Do you know how much it costs to heat a whole house? Now, don't get me wrong. You could get your little portable, installable heater, the heaters. But at the same time, that's a lot. Very much a lot of work. Then the taxes are more than likely going to be high on this mansion, because if you have a mansion, you're probably going to live in a specific type of area. And I know for me, personally, I would not want to live in a mansion myself. Now, if I was a person that had, I'll say, lots of kids or something, then it would make more sense to me to have a mansion. Because then it's like, okay, I have this big family, I have a lot of kids, I have all this space. It makes sense to have all these different rooms, to have all these different people in these rooms. But if it's just me, my husband, and my dog son, although I guess my dog could have his own room, but I don't see that happening because he wants to be in either a room with me or a room with my husband. He would not want to be in a room by himself. If anything, he would probably cry and whine the whole night. So, let me know what y'all thoughts are about this unpopular opinion. It says, if you don't like homemade gifts, you're a bad person. That's what somebody said. They said, if you don't like homemade gifts, you are a bad person. Do you agree or disagree? I'm like the dog. I don't want to be alone. I mean, I understand that. Because, like, specifically because dogs, they don't have thumbs. So they can't, open, close doors, specific things they can't do. And then, in my dog case, he only does specific things. Like, I won't say I wish, but I watch other people's dogs and they'll be watching TV. The only thing my dog will watch is like mukbang videos. Because anytime I'll try to put on some dog show, Air Bud, I'll try to put on, what was it, All Dogs Go to Heaven, or, I'll try to make him watch other dogs, squirrels even, he don't care. But let me put on a mukbang with somebody eating some food, he all in. He all in watching that TV. And I'm like, you just like me. I don't understand it. Yes, it's a nice thought, but I don't know if it's something cheap that would be fine too, so I'm on the fence. Yeah, so my thing is, I would hope the homemade gift is not ugly. That would be my main thing because, for example, I've gotten ugly homemade gifts before. And I appreciate, like, I gladly accepted them, even though when on the ride home, I'm looking like, why the hell did they give me this? Why did they think that this was the concept? Is this what they think of me? Like, that was my thought process, but at the same time, you know, I tried not to think too deep into it because I was like, well, if this is them doing something artsy, like their beginner stuff, I don't want to be the person that's negative because they made me something ugly specifically. But I think the thing that got me was when they said, and I quote, "This is something I made with you in mind." You made me something ugly with me in mind? How am I supposed to take that? Again, you know, I did not say anything. I just said, "Oh, thank you. This is so nice. It's always nice when someone makes you something." And I am, unfortunately, I don't really like getting, well, okay. I like getting gifts, but I don't like being in situations where people have to watch me receive them or watch me open them, if that makes sense, because I don't know how my face is going to react. And I don't want to come off as like, you know, rude or being mean. Cause you know, I'll just be awkward. I'll make an awkward face or something. I can't control the way my eyebrows raise up or the way my nose scrunch up sometimes. But I just kind of force myself to fake a face because I cannot stand when people be like, "Go ahead, open it." Like, why do you have to watch me open this gift, man? It's just like, so this kind of off topic, but it's just like baby showers, right? Baby showers are an interesting event to attend because, you know, all these people are bringing you these gifts for your unborn child, which is like, you know, cool. But at the same time, you go through opening every single gift. I think I maybe went to one baby shower where we didn't just open all the gifts in front of everybody. And I remember seeing some awful gifts. Like, why would you even give somebody this? Or why would you get that to somebody baby to wear? You know what I'm saying? And you could tell when people don't like stuff. Like, you can tell when people don't like a gift you get them. So I'm just looking like, maybe we don't need to see what's gifted. Maybe we don't. Maybe they can do that in private on their own time, because sometimes people are horrible gift givers. And I remember, right, I'm going to open it outside of your face, not in it. Yes, because to me, I feel like that's way more courteous in the event that, you know, you don't like it. Or, you know, because to me, opening gifts in front of people is such an uncomfortable thing. It really is very uncomfortable unless you know for a fact it's somebody that knows you for real and knows what type of gift to give you, basically. Hey, Blurmatic, how are you? The question, well, the unpopular opinion I mentioned was, somebody has said, if you don't like handmade gifts, you're a bad person. Do you agree with this unpopular opinion or not? But when it comes to, for example, with the baby shower gifts, I don't know. You know, the event of just opening all the gifts in front of everybody is just so wild to me. I do not I understand it that people do it because it's like a part of the event. It's like a what's the word? It's a I can't even think of the freaking word. But I understand people do it as a segment of the event. But at the same time, do we need to go through every single gift? Especially if you, the other thing too is if you get a repeat. You know how awkward it is if somebody gets a repeat of a gift? Disagree with unpopular opinion, to be honest. My facial expressions, dead giveaways. That's what I said. Literally, if somebody gives me something and it's something that I'm kind of like, I know I wouldn't like, my face will just show you, yeah, this ain't it. I must tell you thank you, and I appreciate you for getting me this, but at the same time, you could easily tell in my face this ain't it. And I remember a couple of years back, I had made this post on Twitter where I was like, I basically said giving gift cards is still great gifts. And I remember that tweet went semi-viral where like a lot of people were trying to go in on me saying that gift cards were bad gifts, and they was like, man, I wouldn't be your friend if you gave me a gift card. And I'm like, so if somebody gave you an $80 gift card, you wouldn't want to be their friend? Because if it was me, if anybody gives me any type of gift card, $5, $10, any type of gift cards, especially if it's like, somewhere like Amazon or something, I'm gonna be appreciative and I'm gonna be like, thank you. Or they even said, they had an issue with people giving them money where they were like, if you give me money as a gift, you're not really my friend. Listen, I gladly take some money any day so I can pay some bills. I just don't understand. Hey, Ariana girl, how you doing? Yes, Aunt stay giving me hoodies every Christmas, 2 in a row. Glad she don't ever open it. I remember you telling me about that. Yeah, but I've had people give me gifts that were family members that I would just be looking at them like, why would you give me this? Or I think the other issue for me would be family members that did not know what size I wore, and they would give me stuff that was too big or too small. Now, if it's too big, I can, work with that. You know what I mean? But if it's too small, I'm going to just have to find somebody smaller than me. Because I'm like, I can't do anything with that. Don't mind gift cards at all. I love me a good gift card, right? Money and gift cards, don't mind it. Gift cards are awesome. Don't give me socks. That's all I ask. So I used to hate getting socks. But something happened when I turned 30 where I'm like, if you give me a colorful pair of socks, I like it. Like if it's some sort of theme pair of socks, like I know people have gotten me Harley Quinn socks or socks from like different shows or anime series I watch, and I'll actually love, those. But if you gave me like a pack of socks that you got from Walmart and they black or some footies or something, that would piss me off. I would be like, you paid $7 for this. You could at least have went to freaking Ross and got me some Calvin Klein for the same price. Like I would really be sitting there like, dang, you got me some white little footies from the Walmart when you could have. They had the colorful ones, the colorful packets. At least if you gave me a little color, that's something a little festive. But you're trying to give me some plain white Hanes. Yeah, I'll be side-eyeing you. Don't give me socks. Got too many hoodies. I mean, it's Michigan, so I can understand why she give you hoodies. Now, if they not decent hoodies, then I'm like, eh. I love me some fuzzy socks. I do too. Like, I used to hate socks so bad. And don't get me wrong, I still kind of don't really mess with socks like that. But I know in the past 2 years, I've been rocking socks heavy, specifically in the fall, winter time. I'm like, dang, these actually keep a body warm, you know? Because normally I like being barefoot in the house all the freaking time. I do not really like socks on when I'm in the house. But now I'm older. When it gets fall, winter, I need the socks. But yeah, but handmade gifts are cool if they ain't ugly. That's all I'm saying. Like, and it really depends on what it is. I know one thing I really want to get. Have y'all ever seen those crochet little wavy hats? I want one of them so bad, but those are so expensive. And I almost want to teach myself how to crochet just to make those little wavy hats, those little wavy bucket hats. I forget what they're called, but I want to get some of those this fall or try to make me some in the fall because I love those. They are so cute. But anyway, somebody said, as an unpopular opinion, not every meal needs to be delicious. They said, you just need to have sustenance. It don't need to have no flavor. It don't need to taste good. Do y'all agree with that or not? Do y'all think every meal needs to be delicious or every meal does not need to be delicious? Let me know in the comments. Y'all should already know what my thoughts are. Socks rather get myself. I feel it. That's what I said. I was like, you gotta be lying. Your life must be very depressing if you really want me to believe that you like, oh, I'm just eating to survive. I'm like, man, you ain't had no seasonings. No seasonings. They must have been, never mind. Listen, I was thinking it too, because I was like, do your mama season your chicken? I was really sitting there in confusion. Like, this a valid, not valid opinion, but this definitely an unpopular opinion because I never heard no treachery like that in my life. Because I know for me, I need the flavor to be hitting. Because if it's nasty, I'm not eating. I'm not eating. I'm gonna need to add some hot sauce on it, some sugar or something. It's gotta have some flavor. It does, because ain't no way. Ain't no freaking way. You about to tell me, oh, you about to be eating food and it don't need to taste good? What's your problem? Why would you even say that? Don't like football. Do watch good football movies. No lie. She got 2 football hoodies. Oh, no. Okay, I see what you mean. Cause yeah. She probably was like, well, you're a man and men like football. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, that's different. I'm not gonna lie. You go stash 2 fully magazine Glocks in that hair. I don't know what that means. I can't tell if you're insulting me or complimenting me, but thank you. But but yeah, I need for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to be delicious. I need for my snacks to be delicious. I need for my drinks to be tasty. Even water. Water is good to me. When I was a kid, I didn't really care for water that much because, juice was there. But I will say, you know, I'm okay with, well, for example, I wouldn't just drink tea if it was, well, I drink tea for health. That's probably the only thing where it's like, that doesn't have to be tasty because I'm drinking it for health, unless I can find something that can make it flavorful, which I need to start experimenting with syrups when it comes to teas. Those little flavoring things that they be having at Starbucks and the drink places, at your Dutch Bros, girl. But yeah, I need to start experimenting with syrups because I feel like that would probably make my tea taste better. Sir, who you are. If you don't like flavor, you don't shower. I'm screaming. That is hilarious. I've never heard nothing like that before, but I kind of agree. I'm not gonna lie to you. That seems like valid thought process to me. I need my seasoning real talk. I'm saying because you would have me all the way effed up if you gave me a piece of chicken and ain't no seasoning on it and it's just boiled or just baked and you ain't put no flavor on there. Babe, why are we living like we in the barbarian days? Like we one of them, what's it? The men that was around, not Neapolitan. I forget what they were called. What are the men called that the cavemen? We not cavemen. They ain't had no seasonings. They was just eating it right off the meat bone. No, we need flavors. We have the seasonings. You just go down to the spice aisle, you get your seasonings. Okay? Don't be skippy. Because it's crazy to think, oh, you don't need to season your food. Food doesn't need, your meals don't need to be delicious. You live a very tragic, sad life. I'm just saying I'm going to use that. Girl. Man, I would not trust nobody who told me every meal don't need to be delicious. I would not. But speaking of tea, someone says sweet tea is superior to all other teas. Now, I know some of y'all don't drink tea. I don't like sweet tea. I'm going to just tell you that right now. I normally do not like sweet tea. I don't like the flavor of it. However, I do like raspberry tea because I normally add, but I like it cold, and I'll add obviously I'll add sugar, but lemon in it, and that junk tastes very delicious. My favorite tea was the brisk raspberry tea. And they used to have it in a can, but I don't know if they discontinued it or what. But that was my favorite tea of all time. Now there's this other tea. I can't remember the name of the brand, but it comes in like this plastic jug. That junk is so good, and it don't really taste like tea. It tastes more like juice to me. Because again, I don't really care for tea like that, but if it's cold, I can tolerate it because I don't know, something about warm tea makes me nauseous. Like, I specifically only eat it if I'm sick. I mean, drink it if I'm sick. I love sweet tea. Man, I guess it depends. I do like tea with lemonade, but that's basically juice. Jazz don't mess with honey and tea. I do put honey in tea. When I have honey, anyways. But again, I just like it cold. I normally like cold tea over anything. What are you doing? Don't be up under the table, you sleuth. Okay? Y'all want to see my dog son again? Well, Jasmine was in here, but y'all wasn't in here. Oh, you want to say hi to them? Oreo. Okay. Well, never mind. She not really feeling social anymore. But but yeah. Next question is, well, next unpopular opinion. Somebody said public bathrooms should have music playing in the bathroom, especially at work. Do y'all agree or disagree? Cause get out from under the table. Out from under the table. You know you don't be up under the table. You could sit. You fine. Jeez. Sweet tea is overrated. Some decent ones. Yeah, every time I've had sweet tea, it's been not that great. I'm not gonna lie to you. Cause I know everybody loves McDonald's sweet tea. I think I had it one time and I didn't really care for it that much. But I know people liked it also because it was really cheap. I'd rather have no music. So this is the thing, right? The person was saying how public bathrooms should have music specifically at the office because they were talking about how when you do number two, that way people will have something else to drown the noise out versus just hearing you plop that dump into the toilet. And I read that and I was like, I kind of agree because I will say it is the most embarrassing thing when you go to the bathroom and you have to like go, even if it's just number one. I cannot stand going to the bathroom and then like other people are in there and can hear me. It makes me so uncomfortable and self-conscious. Like it's almost like I be trying to go silently, but I can't. Have you tried hibiscus tea? So delicious. I've never tried it, but I heard it's good. But yeah, I would be okay with music depending on the music that they have playing. So the next unpopular opinion. Okay, so this not really an unpopular opinion, but y'all heard the story that was all over social media this past week with the man and the woman, the CEO who worked at that place called the Astronomer or something like that, and it was him canoodling at the Coldplay concert with the, I think she was like the head of HR, or director of HR, or something like that. Y'all heard about that story, right? So, a lot of people were speculating, was the woman going to step down from her role, because a lot of times they will make the woman step down. However, the CEO ended up stepping down. Firstly, he made an apology that did not really seem like an apology. It just seemed like he was sorry he got caught, obviously. And then he stepped down from his role, right? However, I don't know if the HR person stepped down from the role. And a lot of people were discussing whether she should step down from her role or not. So, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts about people who cheat? Should they have their jobs affected? What are y'all thoughts about that? I contemplated making this into a video, but I was like, nah, that's too much. But what are y'all thoughts about people who cheat? Do you think that they need to step down from roles? Let me know. Oreo is an antisocial cute dog. Yeah, he's asocial with people he does not know, or when like he's in an anxious mood. Disagree, be so annoying, have music in bathroom, no thanks. I feel it. But yeah, do y'all think that when people cheat and get in big publicity scandals, do y'all think that those people should step down? or they need to be fired when they are in these cheating situations? Let me know in the comments, because I'm kind of curious as to what y'all thoughts are. Because I think it's so interesting, because I really wonder how it was before social media when people would get in scandals. Did people step down? Yes, I think they should be fired. Now, why do you think they should be fired? Let me know your thoughts, because people have mixed opinions as to why they should be fired. I have my own reasons why I think people should be fired. You're doing it in the public and can be easily recognized for your job. So, do you think the same rules should apply if it was like somebody that's a secretary and somebody that was like a manager of a company? Do you think it should apply the same way? Hello, Jaden. I'm okay. How are you? Like, do you think that people who cheat should be fired across the board? Let me know y'all thoughts, because personally, yes, wild story outside peaceful at the concert. Yeah. The story was wild and the memes that came from it was crazy. So my thing is, I was talking with my husband about it, and my thing is, if you are a public figure in a top position, as well as if you are a person who is of authority and you're technically like a superior or somebody, in my opinion, yes, like you should step down, because now this is like an abuse of power. um Now if y'all were like two employees and y'all were cheating, I would be like, no, you shouldn't be fired unless it's causing issues within your workspace. That would be my only thing. Like, is your wife coming up there starting chaos because you cheating? Is it causing disruptive stuff in the workplace? Because if it's not, then it's like, well, I mean, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, he should have CEO for sure. Right. Like, I think if it's somebody of power, they should definitely be removed. In the situation that we're talking about, I do think the HR person should be removed, because she knew better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you supposed to be the one managing stuff like this. So it's like, no, your ethics, your morals are not up to par, in my opinion. But if it's just like, oh, two people work at McDonald's and they cheating, I wouldn't be like, oh, y'all need to get fired. You know what I mean? But something that's public, where it's like, oh, y'all in the public eye, and this could be damaging to the way people see y'all. Specifically, for example, let's say y'all a family company and y'all values are based on family. Man, you gotta go, because you don't represent the morals or ethics. He going above for her is crazy. I don't know, like, it's always so interesting to me when people cheat with people that they employ, because I'm always like, you could have been smarter than that. I don't condone cheating, but I'm like, it would have made more sense to cheat with somebody that's that don't work for you. Like, why would you do that? If I don't know, like, I don't understand people who cheat in general, but I'm just like, why would you put anybody in that position, but also why were you dumb enough to put yourself in that position as well? But because even in the little letter the guy wrote, he was basically like, you know, I did not think that my personal life would, I guess, be like judged or something like that along those lines, where he was like, you know, my personal life would be made public. And it's like, if you're married and also like you're with somebody, what you mean? The only relationship that should be public is you and your wives. Like, that's your fault for being out in the public if we're cheating on her. But I don't know. You know, people are something else. It's always interesting when it comes to cheaters because they make it seem like, oh, I apologize for getting caught, not I apologize because I made a horrible decision and I basically let my ethics get compromised because I wanted to be selfish. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I just I thought it was interesting because there were a lot of people on Twitter basically just saying, "Oh, they need to get fired because they need to be punished for being cheaters." And I'm like, that does not make sense. Sure, they should be punished for being cheaters, but that's not the equivalent to that. Like, that does not make sense for somebody to get fired, like, in that way, with the way they were saying it. Because I know a lot of people. For example, I got another example. Okay, so people who cheat on their wives, right? And the other woman finds out or realizes that the guy is not going to choose her. I think it's something so strange to me how a lot of these women will be like, I'm going to be the better woman or whatever. And they proceed to go and contact the wife to tell her, yeah, your husband's been doing this, this, and that. He's been flirting with me. He's been cheating with me. And then proceed to get on social media mad, upset because the wife did not leave the man. And I'm looking at them like, so you did not go to her with good intentions at all. Like, and the other thing too, it was this one situation where this girl was dating this guy. Did not know that he had a girl. Also did not know that he had a wife. Also did not know that the wife was pregnant, right? So when said girl found out that the guy she was dating was married and he had a baby on the way, she ended up getting upset, frustrated, because she like, he got this whole family and he was talking to me on the side and wasting my time. So you know what? I'm about to go ruin his life and tell his baby mama, right? And my thing is, I don't like stuff like that because I'm like, firstly, why would you go out of your way to tell somebody's wife who is pregnant, who is in a very sensitive stage in their life, that could cause them stress and be harmful towards the baby? Why would you go out of your way to tell them that they cheated? Because to me, that's very selfish. And I've seen some women say like, oh, you know, I'm just trying to help her out. No, you're trying to hurt this man. I get it. And I completely get that you're trying to hurt this man. I get that you're upset. But at the same time, you're not realizing that you could potentially hurt this baby, hurt the mom because she's stressed out because she didn't know her man was a cheater. And, you know, people, when they do that stuff where they be like, oh, I'm coming to them as a woman, that junk be pissing me off a lot of times because I'm like, no, you're not. Like, you can act like you a girl's girl all day, but that's not the energy it gives when you really look at it, especially when you hop on social media and proceed to explain that you mad because the woman that you told that was the wife or the main chick, you because you proceed to tell them that they husband or whoever was trying to talk to you and they didn't lead them or cause chaos immediately, and then you proceed to get mad. To me, it's like you were trying to help that woman. You wanted revenge. Like, that's you acting like you trying to be a good person, but the intent was to seek revenge on this man. And I get it. But at the same time, people be acting like they trying to be a good person or doing the other person a favor. And if, for example, even in a situation where some girls will come up to these wives like, oh, I'm the other woman and your husband tried to approach me. And it's like, they'll be expecting these wives to leave. And it's like, you don't know what the wives' situations are. So, sure, you may have told them this information, but you don't know if they have nowhere to go. They don't have the funds to leave their husband. You don't know if, they want to leave the husband, but they concerned about DV or like it's just so many layers where I'm just looking at people like you acting like you being selfless and you not. You not really looking at everything collectively. You just see it from your side that you got hurt. You mad because you was the side piece that you was lied to, and now you want to go and tell this woman about it. Go out your way, mind you. Like it would be one thing if something happened where you bumped into her and you found out or something. But it's another thing where you going out of your way, creating anonymous pages to tell this person. I'm like, go to therapy, bro. Just because something gonna happen where, that, life comes and will come at that man in a different way. Cause to me, I'm like, don't go out of your way to tell somebody about that. Cause also you don't know if the people that they dating are crazy either. You also don't know what that man told her either. So cheat on your wife at a music concert with the side piece was an awful idea. It really was. I knew content creator willing to risk cheat on her husband. Ignored. She finally got message. People are something else. Like it's no ethics, no morals. When it comes to cheating, or they'll think, oh, I can get away with it. You know what I mean? I don't know. People are just really selfish when it comes to a variety of different things. And it's really unfortunate that so many people do cheat. I mean, I think I told y'all before, like, I've been cheated on multiple times. And I've had women come to me as women. But the thing that was really interesting to me about the women who came to me as women when I would be dating these guys who were cheaters, what's so crazy to me is how they would tell me some stuff and try to act like they were a girl's girl. Like I had this happen to me twice where a woman would come to me and try to act like they were a girl's girl, right? And, I would listen to what they had to say. But the thing that would get me is maybe some time would go by and they would get mad at me that I was still with the person and would go off and proceed to say that they actually wanted the guy that I was talking to. And that's the thing. I feel like there are a lot of women who are actually like that. Where it's like, they'll be like, oh, I'm a girl's girl. But the issue is the fact that, no, you were mad because that person didn't leave so you could actually get with this person. Which to me is crazy because if you're talking to somebody and you know that they are a cheater, what makes you think they won't cheat on you? I will never understand it. Or like, And you know, I've met some women where I can tell they get a kick out of like being a side piece or a kick out of stealing other people's men. And I'm like, girl, don't you worry about going to hell. Like, I really be sitting there like, aren't you concerned about how this comes off? Like, you really be excited, like happy when guys be making you the side piece and you'll be like, oh, I could have your man any day. Like, okay. But he comes home to her. What? Babe, go to therapy because this ain't adding up. It's not making sense. It's not clicking. Like, I will never understand stuff like that. That was a different time in my life, man. I am so glad. I am so thankful. Oh, because that was really a different time dealing with situations where there were women like that around. And just dealing with guys who are cheaters as well, because dating people who cheat on you is such a, especially someone who is like a habitual cheater or manipulative where it's like passive aggressive. Because I remember I was in this one situation where, actually I was in two situations where at the time the guys who I was talking to, they would basically come at me on some, if I told them how I felt and I was feeling negatively about something, they would basically act like I was wrong for even talking to them about it. And they would be passive aggressive, like doing that whole, oh, I'm gonna ignore you because, or punish you because you know that I don't want to talk about this, or you shouldn't be checking me. And I'm like, and they would be manipulative where it's like, one thing about me, I don't like being ignored. I really don't. I don't like situations where um like if I'm upset about something, somebody ignores me, because all that makes me do is feel neglected and feel like I shouldn't be talking to you. So they would do that, and then they would proceed to disappear for some time and then come back and act like stuff was fine. And I used to hate being in situations like that because I would not be over it. Like, oh, you think just because you disappear for a few days, we just gonna go back to how we were? No, I'm gonna keep bringing it up. I'm gonna keep bringing it up. But anyways, man, dating was something different, bro. Like, and you know, I hear stories about what dating now is like, and I don't know if it was the pandemic or whatever, because I'll talk to some of my friends and I'm just like, but then I also know that some of our friends have types. So, you know, I always look at people and, you know, it's easy for you to see when people you know have types or have specific character flaws when it comes to people they choose, which they might not see it directly themselves. And you could potentially try to explain it to them, where it's like, okay, you keep picking the same type of girl, or you keep picking the same type of guy, and you think you're gonna get like different results, but you basically keep dating the same type of person every single time. And it's just so interesting when you talk to people about it, because they, not me having a booger. Oh, anyways, it's just so it's so interesting when you talk with people, because they really be sitting there looking like, no, these are two different people. They're not the same. It's like, yeah, they may not look the same, but they definitely treat you similarly. But because they're really into that, the new person, they don't see it, or they can't connect that the similarities. Like, even with me, I told y'all before, I didn't realize what my issue was when I was dating until I started talking to my husband, because um it was one of my first videos. I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but in like one of my first, I think like 4 or 5 videos, I explained the story of basically my dating period and how I transitioned into meeting my husband. But before I started dating him, I like, don't get me wrong, because I'm not going to say every person that I talk to is horrible, but I will say that, sometimes people just aren't a good fit for you. But I will say the people that I did date for real, a lot of them had a specific flaw. And, a lot of times people will ask you what your type is. And for a long period of time, I didn't know what my type was. Let my mom tell it. My mom thinks that I have this thing about dating people who look like celebrities. I don't see it. But if my mom ever told the story, she would tell y'all, yeah, I have this thing where I will date people who look like celebrities, which, again, I don't see it. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some people who I've dated that feel like celebrities, but no. But anyways, so I never realized what my flaw was, like what my type was, because I've dated dark skin, I've dated light skinned men, um, I've dated some mixed guys, but you know, but I never really had like a type. And when I started dating my husband, and he had asked me out, I literally was in this headspace where I was like, he might be too nice for me. And I had to really check myself on that. Like, why would you say that? Why would you not want to date somebody who is nice or kind to you, I should say? Kind, not nice. Because I have this thing about men who say that they are nice guys. Because normally nice guys are not nice. But yeah, and within me reflecting on my thought process and dating my husband, I realized looking back that my type had been arrogant men who were selfish. And I did not know that until I dated my husband and realized he was not arrogant, and he was kind, and he was generous. And when I tell you, that changed a lot of things for me, realizing that, because I feel like a lot of women had a type of arrogant men and they don't realize it, or they may attract arrogant men and they don't realize it, or they'll be thinking, oh, I like this guy's confidence, but it's like, are you sure that guy is confident or is he arrogant? Because it's a completely big difference. But I don't even know how I got on this topic, but yeah, I just really think that you do need to evaluate what your type is, because sometimes you do have one. And not to blame people, but I will say, if you constantly date and get in situations where negative situations happen, to an extreme. Not like, stuff just fell through and you've been talking to somebody for a couple of months. I'm talking about like repetitive, because a lot of times, and I did a video on this previously, but a lot of times we'll end up talking to the wrong people because we're lonely. Because I know I have. And, when you talk to somebody or talk to the wrong people when you're lonely, it can definitely impact your future, or like just impact your overall mental health. Because if you end up being lonely and then entertaining the wrong person, you can definitely change the trajectory of your life and what you could have had. Because I've seen it happen to a lot of people where their life was on a certain path and then they ended up getting involved with somebody else, a person that was not a good fit for them because they were lonely. And yeah, their life did not go the way they originally had planned. Because I'm telling you, like when I think about when I was younger, loneliness definitely impacted the way that I dated. And I do admire a lot of y'all who, you know, don't really get into like situations where y'all know y'all deserve better, because a lot of people don't do that. Like a lot of people will settle. A lot of people will just be like, well, I'm going to just settle for this piece of this person, or, you know, I'm going to just settle to not be alone. But then at the same time, they feel alone while they're with the person, or they feel miserable while they're dating somebody. And to me, I will always say it's better to feel lonely alone than to feel lonely while you're with somebody, because when I tell you, I've experienced both. And feeling alone while you're with somebody is a horrible experience, because it's like you're with somebody but they don't care. Basically, they're not trying to give you the time, they're treating you like trash, they're not really respecting you or treating you with love and care. It's just a completely different experience, and it's not healthy at all for your mental, emotional, spiritual, or physical well-being. But but yeah, I don't know how I got here. Cause I literally would just be rambling and rambling. But but yeah, I just I don't know. I just really think that dating always been hard. It's always been hard. And meeting somebody is always difficult. Um don't get me wrong, you can meet people. It's just if you're willing to put yourself out there, if you're willing to try, if you're willing to put in the effort. Rejection is definitely going to be a part of it initially. But you kind of just have to put your best foot forward. Because I know even for me, like, man, I think because I'm bleeding, I'm like going through like memories and stuff of like how I was feeling negative and stuff when I was younger, when I would be trying to date. And when I tell y'all, I've come a long way. I've come such a long way when I think about how, I won't say I was desperate, but I was desperate at the same time. And not like in a I'm gonna throw myself at a man way, but in a when I was dating somebody, I wanted to make it work so bad where I didn't care about my feelings the way I should have. Um, I don't know. It's just, I think it's also the love bombing factor that played a role too in a lot of it, because I didn't understand what love bombing was at the time. I don't even think that term was out at the time. Because what would happen is I would date somebody and things would go well for a little bit. They would be saying all these nice things, just compliments all over the place. And I'm like, oh, wow, you're complimenting me? Could this be it? You know, we compliment each other back and forth, but they would be laying it on heavy. And, you know, I would really deep dive into it, and I would think they would deep dive into it with me. And things would probably be good for like a few weeks, but then I would realize, oh, you're only after one thing. As Jasmine says, the eggplant, you know? But That would be the focus for them. And I didn't really realize until they would start bringing it up more and more. And I'm just like, listen, that's not what my focus point is. And then they would ghost me. Oh my gosh, I couldn't stand being ghosted. That was one thing I absolutely hated, is when people would ghost me and then they would pop up later on some, hey, big head, listen, my head ain't that big. And you don't need to be trying to pop up and talk to me, because did you forget you disappeared on me the first time? And that's the thing that would piss me off. And I would always check every man that did that to me, where they would basically, be talking to me. And then when they realized I wasn't coming off the box, they would ghost me. And I would feel some type of way, because I'm like, man, I done made you a part of my routine. We was regularly talking to each other. What was going on? And they would just disappear. And my dumb self, oh my gosh, something must have happened to them. Knowing he was boinking some other woman, some other chick. It's crazy when you really think about it. But yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know no better until later. And then when stuff didn't work out with those chicks, they would end up hitting me up later like, hey, big head. And I would just be like, why the hell are you talking to me? Why did you even pop back up? Do you not remember you disappeared? Look at this. Do you not remember you left me on red before? How many women have you boinked since you last talked to me? Like, when I tell you, and they would leave me on red again. They would either leave me on red again, or they would be like, okay. Because it's like, it's nothing you can say, because you definitely did do that. I think I maybe had one guy where they said, oh, you still stuck on that? What do you mean I'm still stuck on that? You're disrespectful. Blocked. But then when I got older, I just started blocking people. Like, if somebody ghosted me, I would just block them, because I'm like, I'm not about to waste my time waiting for somebody to respond to me. Or, especially if I found out they were talking to somebody else, I'm not about to even waste my time. I'm not about to waste my breath, because it's just going to be a waste of time. But yeah, I don't know. People just, the dating market is different. It's definitely not the same. It's the same, but worse, in my opinion, from what I hear. And for what I see happening, I do think social media played a big factor in dating being worse. I do think dating apps play a big factor in it being worse, especially with the easy access to people. Like, if you want to be physically intimate, that's, whatever. But it's like, I think it's a problem when apps are specifically for specific things. So, for example, if someone is on an app and they say that they want a relationship, I feel like that's whatever you mark that should be what your actual goal is, instead of you just trying to be intimate. Because I have heard, a lot of men will write on these apps like, I want to be in a relationship, but it's more so given, no. I think the Rose Rundown actually talked about this a little bit, but it's like, I want to be more intimate. And they go from, oh, I want to be in a relationship, to, oh, let's talk about the intimacy of things. But yeah. But anyways, but I'm gonna head off of here, because y'all know I will literally just get to yapping, and I will yap and yap and yap. But yeah, I'm about to get up off of here. I do appreciate you guys for checking in, for coming into my live. I really do appreciate it. I told myself this was going to be a shorter live because I'm not going to lie. When I realized like what today was, I was like, yeah, I don't really want to be on here too long because I have a headache. I low key been having a headache all freaking day because I didn't sleep well last night. But yeah, I did want to stick to what I said and actually come on here and chat with y'all. I know my dog son is probably happy over there because he just staring at me, waiting for me to get off of here. But yeah, I'll be seeing y'all really soon. I will go live um again in like, let's say 2 weeks from now. I'll more than likely go live again. I'll put it in the community post. Make sure you guys check out my new video that I just dropped. It's literally me ranting about different stuff in my vlog. But yeah, make sure y'all check that out. I am going to try to have my reactions up. I was gonna say this week, but bro, too much stuff been happening in real time in my life that kind of threw me off. So yeah, I will try to have those reactions up by next week. Excuse me. But I'll be seeing y'all again soon. Stay blessed, stay positive. Thank you so much for everybody who came in, who showed up. Ilblurmatic, The Rose Rundown, Ariana. I do appreciate you guys. And yeah, thank you so much. And I'll be seeing y'all again soon. Stay blessed, stay positive. Bye.